Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nintendo Joe's third day of coverage at E3. And, well, we've seen the press conferences.
Yes.
We've got to be on the floor a little bit, but now we got to spend an entire day exploring the beautiful sights and sound of the Los Angeles Convention Center, as filled with a bunch of video game developers, video game players, enthusiasts, booth babes, and hopelessly ignorant PR people. Now they're doing their job. They're just sort of out of their element for a lot of them. We'll cut them some slack. But anyways, I think first things we should do, we just watched the
30th press conference,
yes,
like I'm sure many of you have, and I'm sure many of you are also as disappointed as we are.
Correct. It was... They didn't announce anything.
Yeah, what was the point?
Now, I personally theorize it was just designed more or less for the people at home, people who are just logging on to e3.nintendo.com, which they said a billion times at their first press conference. And it was really an opportunity for people to see the games on display, being played. So there was definitely a benefit to that.
But I mean, we knew about all of these for how long now?
Exactly. I mean, nothing new was announced, and I think, as we were talking about it, I think this is like the first year ever I can remember where at no press conferences there was like this big,
standing ovation.
My god, kind of surprise moment. So it was just, that being said, it wasn't bad. Just showed off the games more, which people want to see. But just nothing really new. Surprisingly tame.
Yep. Why did we come out here?
We came out here to play Wii U.
This is true.
Which we did. So this is actually good, interesting.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yep. You'll see more in-depth stuff for previews we'll eventually write and then post onto the site.
We do have a couple of videos too, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll see us hopelessly failing at these games.
Well, maybe you're hopelessly failing. I totally own at Zombie U, which I guess is where I'll start, or at least...
Nice segue.
Yes. Anyways, I got to play actually the multiplayer element in the game, and it's actually really, really cool idea. I don't know if they're incorporating more people onto it, but one mode, at least the multiplayer mode they were showing off, is you have one person playing as a survivor, and you're trying to pretty much capture these points on the map. Well, the other player, who's using this actually uses two of the Wii U remotes, so this is it showing them working in tandem. They're actually using the remote to place zombies on the map to try to capture points and prevent you from capturing the other points. So it's sort of like a real-time strategy element that they're doing, where you're in a first-person survival shooter. It's really cool. It works really well. When I was playing as a survivor, I totally owned the booth babe who was controlling.
Big man.
Yeah, who's doing the whole strategy element. I showed her who's boss, and then I think like some French or Spanish guy took over the survival role when I was doing the strategic stuff, and I completely owned his face. He did not stand a chance. I mean, honestly, this mode really impressed me. So for me, this is probably the coolest thing I've played and seen at the show so far.
Okay, I have a question though.
Yes.
Is there a limit to how many zombies they can place on the map? Or?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Like there are multiple types of zombies. You have like super fast zombies, regular zombies, defense-focusing zombies, and flag-capturing zombies. And each one like costs so many points, and you can only have like so many points on the field at a time.
Okay.
Like the most expensive are the super fast zombies. But overall, like I said, it's really creative. It's done really well. Really shows creative use of the remote for the asynchronous gameplay that we've heard so much about. Of course, you got a chance to play a few games.
Yes, I did. I think the one I'm most impressed with is actually Scribblenauts Unlimited. That might also be because I haven't played a Scribblenauts game, but I've watched plenty of videos of people summoning things up, like the Kraken and Cthulhu, and make them fight each other. But it's awesome when you get to do it yourself. This one is apparently a little different from previous Scribblenauts games. Like, instead of like self-contained challenges, it's a big open world that you can seamlessly walk through.
No, it's still 2D.
It is still 2D, as I'm sure you guys have seen. The Wii U pad isn't really used for anything specific except the touchscreen. It's basically like a big handheld game. The television shows exactly what's on the touchscreen.
Yep.
So you're just using the touchscreen to, create objects and stuff like that.
Yeah, so the cool thing is kind of like one of the things they talk about is the ability, like if you're playing on the big screen, someone else wants to watch something different, you can just continue playing on the handheld.
And they have a view of what you're summoning and stuff, so they can laugh along too, so you don't look like a maniac just kind of sitting there. But yes, it's really cool. The world is populated with little characters who have like missions for you to take on. Like in the demo we saw, there was a tree with a nest in it, and there was a hippie who wanted you to help him stop the lumberjack from cutting it down, and there was a lumberjack who wanted you to help him cut it down. So Andy helped the lumberjack. I
gave him a beaver. he wielded the beaver like it was a weapon.
Yeah,
and attacked the tree and killed it.
I actually tried to help the lumberjack too at first because I didn't know if there was that whole dynamic there. I tried to do it by giving him a swordfish because I didn't just want to give him a sword, but he just kind of held it there and did nothing with it. So then I went to the hippie and I tried to help him. So I summoned Cthulhu to chase away the lumberjack, and then Cthulhu started killing everybody. So then I summoned Hercules to stop Cthulhu, and then Hercules died, and then what did I summon after that? No, then I made Cthulhu's peaceful, and then I summoned a protester to chase the lumberjack away. But the hippie, of all people, he steals the protester sign, and he starts wailing on Cthulhu. I don't even know. Cthulhu, the poor thing, he's cowering, he's trying to fly away. Of course, I'm pretty evil, so I dragged him back onto the ground. And then the hippie mounts him and starts wailing on his head with the protester sign. It's an amazing game.
Yeah.
You try anything else that you really liked, or?
One game that actually was sort of a pleasant surprise for me, Ninja Gaiden 3: Razor's Edge. Now, when that game was first released on PS3 and 360, a lot of hardcore fans of the series complained because it was too easy, there weren't enough weapons, and there wasn't enough gore. Surprisingly enough, Nintendo is actually publishing the title now, and they've added everything the fans wanted back into the game.
So
there's dismemberment, there's more weapons, and it's harder. And it doesn't really do too much specifically with the controller to really say, hey, this is a great use of the controller. No, but it's just a really fun, great, solid core game that I think a lot of people will be able to enjoy.
I think that's kind of the theme of this E3. Nothing really, I mean, except Zombie U, but nothing really does something like fantastic with the controller. Like, I got to play Pikmin 3, which is awesome, but the demo I used was Wii Remote and the Nunchuck. So the Wii U tab was sitting there under the TV and it showed the top-down view of the map, but I didn't actually get to use it.
So it's kind of meh.
Yeah, it's kind of pointless.
But the game is good.
The game is very awesome. It's gorgeous. It feels great using the Wii Remote to aim and throw your Pikmin. It was a really short demo, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. You played...
I also played
Mario.
New Super Mario Bros. U. I was actually kind of surprised to see that the Mii's were still in it, considering you didn't see them in the trailer that they showed yesterday. And now they, like, I don't know if they did it before, but now they've done, like, I know one person used their Mii, and he donned Wario's outfit. But yeah, if you played New Super Mario Bros. Wii, you know what to expect. It's pretty much just like that, except a couple of new power-ups. It's prettier, but it was fun. I really enjoyed it. The couple of levels that I played, the level design was nice. It's fun with a lot of people too. So if you like that one, you're gonna like this one.
I also got to try Project P100, the new game from Platinum. The same guys that have done
Mad World.
Well, yeah, they did Mad World.
Bayonetta,
yes. There are a bunch of like really
weird games.
Capcom vets, people who have worked on stuff like Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, Okami, all that kind of wonderful stuff. But actually, Okami was made by Clover, which went defunct and then Project became Platinum. Anyways, it is a weird game. I'm getting vibes like a Beautiful Joe-esque energy with gameplay elements that are kind of like a third-person action game, but also like a weird like Katamari and Pikmin kind of vibe. It's strange. It's complex. First time through, there's so much information being thrown at you. But pretty much you control a superhero who pretty much recruits everyone he runs into to become superheroes, just like civilians that find laying on the ground, to fight off giant alien robots that are attacking the city. And you use the other superheroes as weapons. Like, you draw a straight line and they form a sword that you wield, like a giant sword made of people.
Literally?
Yes. Or like you draw like a curve, like just an angle like that, they form a gun, and you shoot them at the enemies. And they default to like a fist. But it uses a lot of like touch-based things that you saw in like you see them, we're sort of expecting a DS game. It uses those elements. Like I said, it's really weird, it's really quirky. It's really gorgeous, though. Like a lot of really nice effects that you can never do on Wii. Some like sort of depth of field, a really sort of clean but shiny, awesome art style. I don't know if it's good, but it's definitely interesting. So
it's probably too hard to judge.
Yeah, at this point,
yeah.
5 minutes with it. It's obviously a very complex, weird, eccentric game. So we'll see.
What else did we say?
That's about it. A lot more boring stuff. But
yeah, we walked around, we had a few appointments that we had to meet, tried some other games, but
yeah, for the most part, that's really the really exciting stuff we got to see today. Hopefully we'll have more for you tomorrow. So in the meantime, adios, people.
Alright, see you later, guys.